5 months since President Hosni Mubarak fell spectacularly from power in Egypt's revolution.
I don't think ever, I was just listening to the radio as I was driving here, the world has seen a political movement of this magnitude, which was basically a peaceful political movement. Allahu Akbar.
By praising our brothers and sisters in Egypt and in Tunisia and in other parts of the Arab world who have responded to prolonged oppression, prolonged suffering, prolonged tyranny.
Number one, that this is an important era in the history of the Ummah, inshaAllah. And that's because of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, who says, تَكُونُ النَّبُوَّةُ فِيكُمْ. He said that prophethood will be amongst you, مَا شَاءَ اللَّهِ. As long as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants prophethood to be amongst you. And after that, there will be a khilafah. He said, ﷺ, upon the way of the Prophet, on the way of prophecy.
And then the Prophet said it will be muluk, adda, it will be kings that hold on to their kingdom with ferocious authority. And then he said, and then it will be jababira, the tyrants, which is the age we're in now, the age of jabbar. That's what all of these rulers are. They're called jababira in the Arabic language. And every Arab knows that, whether they know the hadith or not. If you say, تعرف الجبار في العراق, and he'll say, نعم Saddam Hussein. Like you don't even have to, you just say تعرف الجبار في سوريا نعم حافظ أسد تعرف الجبار في مصر نعم حسني مبارك تعرف الجبار في ليبيا نعم معمر القذافي تعرف الجبار في الجزائر نعم تعرف الجبار في every single country you will see, and they'll give you the right answer. It's a test no Muslim who has any political astuteness can fail.
And after that, the Ummah will return to the way of the Khulafa. So we hope, insha'Allah ta'ala, that we are witnessing this growth and change in the Ummah.
مصر أيها الإخوة انتصرت في هذه الثورة، وانتصرت على ما كان يسمى الطائفية. كان هناك شيء يسموه الطائفية، وهم الذين صنعوه في هذا الميدان، ميدان شهداء 25 يناير. وقف المسيحي مع المسلم جنبا إلى جنب في ميدان التحرير. كان الإخوة الأقباط يقفون يحرسون إخوانهم حينما يصلون، وأنا أدعوهم اليوم لا أن يحرسوا إخوانهم، أن يسجدوا مع إخوانهم المسلمين شكرا لله تعالى. فالسجود من يعمل به المسلمون والمسيحيون معا. في هذا الميدان انتفت هذه الطائفية، هذه الطائفية الملعونة.
Now, part of what he has pointed out is that there are these 5 states. The first he calls the apostolic, which apostolic in Greek, apostle, is a rasul. So it's the time of the messenger himself and his immediate companion. Now, if you look at this, the founder or founding exists the first generations. This is what we call a salaf al-salih. These are the righteous people that are on the minhaj of the Prophet ﷺ. The next group is the imperial, which is what the Prophet called the muluk. So the Prophet said that it would go from the khilafah ala minhaj al-nubuwah, which we call the apostolic stage, and then it would go to the imperial, which is the mulukiyah. And this is exactly what the Prophet ﷺ articulated. This is what this professor at UCLA has identified. Now, what you see at the imperial level, that its wisdom dominates an imperial alliance. What that means is kings will use the religion as a way of maintaining their power, as a social cohesive force. The next stage is the devotional. Now you can see this happen in the Muslim world. The Muslims went into a deeply spiritual period where really spirituality, and this was part of the reaction to the imperial dominance. You know, when dunya became so corrupted, a lot of these Muslims went into a deep internal state. Now, the next stage is the Reformation. Shifts to basics, outside forces challenge it. Now, if you look at the last stage, it's called folk religion, which means it's public authority slips, charismatics, traditionalists survive. If you look, according to this man, Elgood, all of the world's religions are now in that last phase, which is the folk religion. They have no religion. It's just charismatics, like these preachers that go around on the television. They're called charismatics. They have no brains, no intellect. They just stir people up. Now, if you look, Buddhism has been in there for a long time. Chinese religion, and that was confirmed for me by a Buddhist scholar who said it's been centuries since there's been any true Buddhism. And then Chinese religion, same thing. Hinduism, Hinduism. He got that one wrong. That's been a folk religion for thousands of years. So then Christianity, again, they had their Reformation with Luther and these type of things. Now they're in a folkloric stage. And it's finished. If you look at Islam, he says it's just now going in to the Reformation period. Just now. In other words, we're literally right at the verge of a return to Khilafah ala minhaj al-Nabuwah. You see, we're right there. It's about to happen. So don't despair. It's just going to take some time. You know, and alhamdulillah, al-faraj ma'a sabr, that the opening from Allah comes with patience.
The Muslim Brotherhood is a very powerful organization across North Africa and into the Levant.
With the legislative elections slated for September, the Freedom and Justice Party are considered one of the most organized contenders. And it certainly seems that way from the glossy campaign pamphlets its members are preparing to hand out.
People like us, and it reassures them to see our slogans. It's a question of trust.
It's a question of trust between us and the Brotherhood.
You trust them?
Yes, hugely, thanks to what they do. They do a lot of good for us.
I heard about a new campaign for a new party called the Freedom and Justice Party that talks about freedom, democracy, and the principles of Islamic law, and about brotherhood between Muslims and Christians.
And it's in conservative areas like here in Old Cairo that the Freedom and Justice Party have a lot of support.
Yes, I will vote for them because they're charitable. They're religious.
Let me add one more point here. We in this country look overseas and think that other people believe the same things we do, including about the democratic process. This is not correct. For example, we believe in the separation of church and state. You look across the Islamic world, polling data will show you the vast majority of Muslims in countries like Egypt, I believe the figure is 90% for Egypt, believe that religion should play a major role in government.
We're going to have to deal with an Islamist government in Egypt that's going to be decidedly unfriendly to the Israelis. Certainly, if we cared about what the Israelis thought or about their security, we would not have stabbed Mubarak in the back and brought him down, because whatever happens in Egypt now, the government that takes the place of Mubarak is going to be very anti-Israeli.
ورسالة إلى إخواننا في فلسطين. أنا عندي أمل أن الله سبحانه وتعالى كما أقر عيني بنصر مصر أن يقر عيني بفتح المسجد الأقصى، وأن يهيئ لي أن أخطب في المسجد الأقصى. اللهم هيئ لنا أن نخطب في المسجد الأقصى وندخل المسجد الأقصى آمنين غير خائفين ولا وجلين. اللهم حقق لنا هذا الفتح المبين. يا أبناء فلسطين ثقوا أنكم منتصرون، سيفتح معبر رفح لكم، وهذا ما نطالب به الجيش المصري والقوات والمجلس الأعلى للقوات. افتحوا معبر رفح، افتحوا ما بيننا وبين إخواننا في غزة من مصر، ومصر من غزة. يجب أن تكون مصر ردءا ودرعا وحصنا، مصر التي حاربت.